Author and intimacy expert Laura M. Brotherson, host of the Marital Intimacy Show, educates and inspires women to create a mutually fulfilling, intimate, and passionate marital relationship, emotionally, spiritually, and sexually.
Hi there. Welcome to the Marital Intimacy Show, available at themaritalintimacyshow.com. My name is Laura Brotherson. Thanks for tuning in today. Well, we get to talk about sex again today. How fun is that? The title of this episode, number 55, is Sexual Surrender. So let's get started. Okay, I have often talked about the 10 T's of the female sexual response in various articles and TV interviews and such, but recently a couple had shared that they had walked through each of the T's, like thoughts, talk, touch, time, things like that, to see which one might be getting in the way of her climaxing. And they kind of thought the culprit might be transcendence or sexual surrender. So I thought it may be helpful to many couples to at least touch on this important dimension of lovemaking for the maximum enjoyment of both the husband and wife. Okay, so what is transcendence or surrender in lovemaking? Well, transcendence means to go beyond something, and surrender means to let go or yield to something or someone. So what does that mean in lovemaking? Well, to transcend or surrender in lovemaking means to let go or move beyond, maybe the cares of the day, for example, and surrender to the sensual pleasure and passion that's available in lovemaking. You know, it could also mean transcending minor disturbances in the relationship or things that happened in one's day in order to be able to connect with one's spouse sexually. So letting go or transcending one's cares or concerns is obviously a difficult thing to do. One of the biggest challenges women face in lovemaking is to quiet their thoughts enough to be able to let one's sensing overtake one's thinking. And this is often a necessary prerequisite for orgasm or sexual climax to occur. And on a deeper level, sexual surrender is the manifestation of trust, not only in one's spouse, but also in oneself. It's really the exquisite embodiment of vulnerability that is so intricately intertwined in that intimate relationship of marriage. So you can imagine if a woman already has trust issues or control issues from their past experiences, what a challenge it will be for them to fully surrender in lovemaking. It's likely that they may experience some of the pleasures of sexual connecting, but not quite let themselves go far enough to slip into that uninhibited wonderland, if you will, where full arousal and sexual climax is possible. So what can a woman do that may struggle with sexual surrender? Well, here are 3 suggestions. Number 1, I would suggest a self-discovery notebook. I'd recommend that a woman begin spending even a few minutes a day in free writing, just in a simple notebook, about any thoughts, beliefs, fears, etc., that she might have that are associated with sex and the letting go that it requires. Number 2, learn to relax or develop that ability. I recommend to women that they learn to focus more on their breathing and the sensual touch that occurs during lovemaking, because that helps keep her mind distracted from the many ineffective thoughts and feelings that might otherwise get in her way. So focusing on the breathing and the sensual touch so that she can relax her mind and her body. Okay, no, that's number 2. Number 3 is to more fully develop the emotional relationship or the trust with her husband. So in the self-discovery notebook, after identifying any of these fears that one might have associated with sex or letting go or losing control in lovemaking, I'd suggest that she discuss these issues with her husband to work through alleviating those fears and building trust and increasing the emotional connection. This emotional safety between a husband and wife is the foundation of a woman being able to let go or surrender not only her body, but really also her soul sexually to her husband. And it may seem scary, but this sexual surrender in lovemaking can provide a glimpse into the spiritual or transcendent nature of the sexual relationship in marriage, the way I think God designed it. Just one last thing to think about as I close here. This sexual surrender is almost symbolic of what God asks of us, that we turn over to Him our lives, our heart, our everything, holding nothing back. So this sexual surrender to our spouse is an opportunity, if you will, to practice that total surrender that God asks of us. It takes faith, it takes trust. It's an opportunity to truly transcend. Well, there you have it for now. I hope you'll think about the importance of transcendence or sexual surrender in lovemaking and how you might more fully embrace that vulnerable yet exquisite experience. This has been episode number 55, Sexual Surrender, on the Marital Intimacy Show with Laura and Brotherson. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We'll be back next time with more great insights for strengthening your marriage. You can share this episode with others by clicking the like button on the homepage of this episode. And be sure to check in at our website, strengtheningmarriage.com, to learn more about strengthening your marriage. And if you're on Facebook, be sure to connect up with us on our Marital Intimacy Show page and our Strengthening Marriage Inc. page, where you'll find more great insights for strengthening your marriage intimately. Until next time, this is Laura Brotherson with the Marital Intimacy Show. Have a great day and make yours a great marriage.